The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Volunteers will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the offense on first down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Fuller finds his man on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Gets it out fast. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on some.
And he intercepts it. Really nice play on the pick. Was looking for a little more yardage, but great field position at the 34.
And that right there is a huge reason why this team has a winning record coming into this game. Their defense takes the ball away. And here on the opening drive, you see the athleticism in the back end of the defense, picking it off and putting it in great field position for their own.
It's a flea flicker. He's going for it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Man, do you have to love the timing, the sixth sense to call that play and know it'll be successful. Jesse, you're looking for big plays when you call trick plays, and a touchdown, that's exactly what you need.
Man, the quarterback was licking his chops too, David. When he got the ball back from the running back, he knew he had his guy wide open. At that point, you're just thinking, don't underthrow it too badly and don't miss this guy. Just give him an opportunity, and the trick play pays off.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Quarterback checking off. Looking downfield, it's Peters. Working that left side now. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to move it through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Stewart. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up. They're going to run it. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. See that maize and blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. And the quarterback is snowed under. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Davis looking to pass. Lets it fly. Makes a connection. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Michigan! Lining up to add another. Right down the boulevard. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Marshall is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Randy Moss had a hand in getting this kid to Huntington, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Memphis. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Fast motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. Here's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
He's stuffed after picking up one to the 23. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Catch in the middle. It's Matthews. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. On the move, he fires. Tosses it incomplete. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. That conversion sets a tone, but that's also really part of their MO. They're going to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, it's a body blow, and it's demoralizing. It's a good point, Reese. When you go for it like that and you go get it, you're essentially telling the opponent, look, you can't stop us. Next time we get in a similar situation, we're going to do the exact same thing, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown ball! I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't get on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. To the air, it's Peters. This time it's complete. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful a reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
Using the quick game. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
When they pick up the first against zone coverage, the biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
The aerial assault continues. Quick completion on the out. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll throw it on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Marshall. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
From the gun, the ground game. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Motion from the offense. To the air. It's Peters. And that pass intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown there.
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lewis. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll line up for a second down play. They'll put the tight end in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they do on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. The 40. At the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolverines. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Notre Dame is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Joe Montana, this might not be over yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Stanford. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking for space. It's Staley. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays.
A shot toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field of play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Wide out in motion. They'll throw it on first down. With the catch, it's Webb. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Going for 6. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. Never a doubt. And with that, they've taken the lead. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. One more snap coming before halftime. Off play action on first down. It's complete to the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. 14. Just about set for the second half kickoff. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
He's looking to throw it. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And it seems like every time they throw it, it's first down time in Tennessee.
First down time, and then let's go again. Let's throw it again. These offenses are not afraid to throw the football. When you've got a trigger man you trust, let it rip.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Vols will line it up on 1st and 10. Touch pass on the run. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it, but get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. It's still a successful play.
Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26. Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the 1st down and avoid settling for the field goal. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, 3rd and short, the offense dials up the screen, expecting the pass rush to come upfield man-to-man, but it just simply does not work. Defense stays home, and they force the incompletion.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Makes a grab enough for the 1st. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
It's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Using his legs, it's Staley. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I'll tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those 1st downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in 1st downs. They'll get one, and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put...
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteer! A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close then.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You, keep being aggressive.
Now on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Peters. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a 1st down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh. Brian Greasy, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Offense set on first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
24, Michigan, 14.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. Looking left. Wide open downfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, but just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Fires to the middle. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
Well, they've done a lot of really nice things on the road in this game so far, and that's why they have the lead. But after that incompletion now, you can sense the momentum now switching back to the home team late in this game.
The sure hands, it's Lewis. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
How about the defense loading up? What are you thinking? You're thinking run, right? 3rd and inches. I got to get up to the line of scrimmage, bring all those bodies. They throw the football, but they quickly have all those bodies near the line of scrimmage, convert it to a pass rush, get the quarterback on the ground. Big stop for the defense.
They've converted twice on 4th down so far. Will they make it 3? Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. The completion well past the sticks. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Turns it on at midfield. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Crosses the 30. He's got away. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense is first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
To the ground. He's got it again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Touchdown, Tennessee! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And the point after is good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Michigan 21.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Lets it fly. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. And the Vols look to do some damage in the red zone. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. And they can't make the connection.
Is incomplete. 3rd down coming.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Direct snap. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Good, right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger. First order of business here, don't give up a big return, then the defense just has to keep them out of the end zone. Coming out with it, it's Stewart. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this all.
He lets one fly deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. Quarterback will audible. He's back to throw on 2nd down. And the sack all the way back at the 5. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got a man, it's Hansen. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Now, a 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. It's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they're going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.